The book of Acts, of course, is the story of the church being founded. And some of the stories are successful ones and some not. Today's story is the successful, kind of interesting story where these two, again, seemingly opposite, make a connection. And listen in the story for how in the book of Acts, the Spirit is always kind of leading and calling us and empowering us to do more. Then an angel of the Lord said to Philip, "Get up and go toward the south to the road that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza." This is a wilderness road. So Philip got up and went. Now there was an Ethiopian eunuch, technically, a castrated male, a court official of the Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, in charge of her entire treasury. And all that detail is a way of showing these two people are very different. He had come to Jerusalem to worship and was returning home seated in his chariot, and he was reading the prophet Isaiah. And in those days, even private reading would have been done publicly, so you're reading out loud. Then the Spirit said to Philip, "Go over to the chariot and join it." So Philip ran up to it, heard him reading the prophet Isaiah, and he asked, "Do you understand what you are reading?" And the Ethiopian replied, "How can I unless someone guides me?" And he invited Philip to get in and sit beside him. Now the passage of the scripture that he was reading was this. It's from Isaiah. Like a sheep he was led to the slaughter, like a lamb silent before its shearer, so he does not open his mouth. In his humiliation, justice was denied him. Who can describe his generation? For his life is taken away from the earth. The eunuch asked Philip, "About whom, may I ask, does the prophet say this? About himself or about someone else?" Then Philip began to speak, and starting with the scripture, he proclaimed to him the good news about Jesus. And as they were going along the road, they came to some water, and the eunuch said, "Look, here is water. What is to prevent me from being baptized?" So he commanded the chariot to stop, and both of them, Philip and the eunuch, went down into the water. And Philip baptized him. And when they came up out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord snatched Philip away. The eunuch saw him no more and went on his way rejoicing. But Philip found himself at Azotus, and as he was passing through the region, he proclaimed the good news to all the towns until he came to Caesarea.